We sowed this pumpkin patch on a date that we figured would be ideal for fall harvest, but we've had warm enough weather that one variety is already getting ready for harvest, and that's the autumn gold pumpkins. There are a few in here that set very early that are ready for harvest. I have one right down here that I've looked at. It's passed the thumbnail test. I can't pierce the skin with my thumbnail, so I know that it's ready for picking. Now, if you find that you have some pumpkins that are ready for harvest now and you want them to last you until Halloween, one tip I want to give you is make sure that that skin has hardened. Make sure when you clip it that you leave at least 2 inches of stem, and when you carry it, don't carry it by the stem because you don't want that to break off. And last of all, keep it in a nice, cool, dry place. If your house is air conditioned, keep it in an air conditioned room that maybe you don't use very often so the pumpkins won't be bruised. And they should keep easily for you until the fall harvest season begins. Ray, what are you up to?
Well, I think one of the interesting things that you can do now on the pumpkins that are not ready yet is personalize them. And we can take either a pencil or some sharp instrument, make a design or a name on a pumpkin, and these mature, that will be scarred over, and so the pumpkin is either personalized or has a design on it. So the first thing I've done is taken a pencil here and gone over very lightly into the skin to make the name that I want to scratch further in the pumpkin, and then just with a nail or a wire or a sharp instrument, I can go just slightly into that through the skin, but not into the flesh of the pumpkin, and scrape that off. Okay, and then as the pumpkin matures, then this name or design is etched in there permanently, and it makes a nice personalized pumpkin for someone when they want to choose this for their jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, see right there you're writing Emily, and that's our producer-director John Bodie's little girl's name. Boy, is she going to have a treat this fall.
I think she'll like that.
It's a nice-looking pumpkin. Well, this is our last show today on Oklahoma Gardening. Ray and I will each be going back to our duties. I'll be going back to Tulsa County as horticulturist there full-time. And Ray, what will you be doing?
Well, I'll be assuming my responsibilities again as full-time administrator in the Department of Agriculture, as Assistant Director for Agriculture and Rural Development Programs. And we both have had these full-time jobs while we've been doing Oklahoma Gardening, but we've really enjoyed the last year or more being with you on the show.
Oh, yeah. It's been a great deal of fun. I've enjoyed it. You all have been a great audience. We've enjoyed hearing from you. Now, next week, we're going to introduce you to the new host. Well, not everything can end on a perfect note. As I was saying, our new host that we'll introduce to you next week is Steve Dobbs.
You know, Sue, maybe a good topic for Steve would be how to support pumpkins or other melons growing on a fence with a sling or something.
That's true.
We'll need to pass that on to him.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us on Oklahoma Gardening. Come back and see us next week.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.